afternoon. Hey, this is James the Rambling Dasher, and we got a good hour and 8-minute late start. I was sitting there at the office and just or my house office, and next thing I know, it was like 24 after, and so then I started getting everything ready to go out the door and realized those tires don't look good. So I started airing up the tires, and my little air pump just wasn't quite getting the job done on one of the tires. So I took I pumped it up to like 20% and then drove up to the gas station and filled it up the rest of the way. So fingers crossed they are aired up. And now I clicked the for DoorDash, and I am silver. So gone from platinum on Friday, or logged in over the weekend. I was platinum, logged in when I first realized it was already fast time for me to go. I logged in, I was still platinum, but then I just go in to hit Dash Now. The Dash Now wasn't there. It says I'm silver, that it's a long wait time, that I can schedule myself or I can Dash Now. And I just got a $6.25 order that's 8.2 miles. Oh Lord have mercy, that's a long way. I'm going to accept it because I don't know what's going to happen today with these orders being silver and the fact that I am no longer platinum. So I don't know if 625 is a high paying order for being silver or what. I have contacted DoorDash yesterday, spent about an hour on the phone waiting for different people to talk to explain the situation, that the only reason I am silver is because of my on-time delivery has dropped so bad in the last 2 weeks that I'm gonna be silver. And I don't think I can drop below silver because I'm at the top end of every other category except the on-time one. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I really do believe that the system is calculating incorrectly, and so many people have commented either on here or on Facebook pages or other places talking about the on-time delivery calculating incorrectly. It's calculating from the time that you accept to the time that you pick up, but it's supposed to be the time that you accept to the time that you arrive. So you can control that. You can't control when the restaurant will bring out the food for you to quote unquote pick it up. You can control being there when it's ready by the suggested arrival time, but you can't control there by the time the restaurant is supposed to have the food ready, and they never have it ready. So anyway, so we are going to, I've already forgot where I'm going now. Where am I going? Yum Yum. Okay. So going to a little hibachi place here in town called Yum Yum. But anyway, so I'm a little fired up about this being silver, just because I've been fired up about it for a whole week, and ever since I've seen the numbers go down, and I can't, like one night the other day I only did 10 deliveries and I was only on time for 50% of them, but I waited and waited and waited at restaurants and never got them on time. And then you don't have any other, if you, from your pickup to the time that you deliver, you don't have any leeway in there. They don't give you any grace period at all. So if you have to load up your car and pack it all in the packages and all that fun stuff, then yeah, I'm gonna have to do that a little bit differently. I'm gonna have to make sure that I mark that it's been picked up after I have everything packed up and ready to go, because otherwise if I sit there and do customer service, make sure that I let them know I'm on the way, that I pack the food up and keep it warm and this, that, and another, then that's wasting time. So anyway, I'm gonna run in, grab this food, and we'll be right back. All right, we are headed out. There seems to be an issue either with the app or something, because it will not let me send the customer a message in the app. It's saying that the app, in-app messaging not available. Customer does not have chat installed. And send them a text message. And then it says no delivery identifier found. So I've already sent them one text, so I guess I won't send them anything else. So who knows if this is even gonna fly. It says leave it at their door. Fingers crossed it's all gonna work. So I'm gonna just go to the directions. They still haven't fixed that part. It's still doing the voice every time I go in there, even though it used to. Last week it just started doing this, where the sound on the voice on the GPS was used to, it would just allow you to, if you muted it, the next time you came in it was still muted. Now it's full volume every single time. Anyway, so if you're new to the channel, I'm James. I do door dashing, and we're out here just trying to make some extra money. I do this 3 nights a week. I try to do a good job for people. I keep my stats up, but there's some new changes with the DoorDash app, and I've gone from platinum to silver. And the way they're calculating that is through 5 different metrics, and all of mine are good except for the on-time delivery rate. And they're calculating the on-time delivery rate in 2 ways for every order, right? So you get on time from the time that you accept it to the time you pick it up. And this is in their description of the rules for on-time door dashing, is from the time you pick it up to the time that you accept the order to the time that you arrive, and then from the time that you quote-unquote pick it up to the time that you deliver it. But on the first part, they are going from point A to point C and not point B. So it should be A to B, and then you can't control what the restaurant's going to do, and then you go from C to D. So they judge you, and you can be late on both, you can be early on both, or you can be late on one or the other and early on the other. If you're late on either, they typically count you as being late. So so there's that. So more and more, like last week, one night, I haven't looked at it since, but one night I did 10 deliveries, and 5 of them were deemed late. One night I was sitting there at a McDonald's, and I walked in, there was 5 other dashers waiting, and they kept telling me it's going to be done. It's only going to take a couple minutes. Well, the truth be said, they couldn't find the milkshake mix to make a strawberry shake. So I waited 26 minutes. I accepted the order, and I was probably about 100 yards from the front door. I accepted the order, drove around to the normal parking place, went and walked inside, and proceeded to wait for 26 minutes before the delivery was able to be picked up. And then I got it delivered in time. So yeah, imagine that, 2 minutes early. So I don't know, it's very frustrating, especially if they're going to hamper my ability to get decent orders, because last week was pretty good. I had a good week. I accepted a bunch of orders, I delivered a bunch of orders, and Even my acceptance time went up last week. I made over $300 for the week. My goal is to dash 3 nights a week for about 6 hours. Well, on Monday and Wednesday, I didn't even dash. I dashed maybe a little over 5 hours, and hit right at $100 both nights. And then Friday night, I dashed and made like $130 something dollars. Right at, and that was less than 6 hours. I was home before the 6 hours. So, yeah, it's very frustrating in that regard that I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any kind of decent order. So we got one order today so far, and it was only $6.75, but it's like 8 miles or more. So, that's concerning to me. I did just look at my, it says deliver by 5:30, and when I look at the directions, it says ETA is 5:26, so I got a 4-minute grace period, let's say, provided I don't make a wrong turn and I can find the place. The other night, the customer put the wrong address in the system, and instead of like the address said 1066, and their address actually was 1055. So I don't know if they miskeyed it or what, but when I got there, there was no 1066 address. There was a 1064 and a 1068, but no 1066. So I could not find this house. So how am I supposed to deal with that? It's not my fault, right? So anyway, but yeah, so I was late in that order because I called the customer, they didn't answer. I called the customer again, they didn't answer, and then about 2 minutes later they called me back and said, hey, are you in the white car just down the street? And I said, yeah, that's me. The address says 1066, and she goes, oh, well, I'm sorry, we're at 1055. So guess what? That thing was like 10 minutes late because I couldn't get them to answer the phone. I've been driving around the neighborhood looking for 1066 and wondering if I got the wrong address and all this other stuff. Plus, it was clearly in Benton, but the address said Bryant. Well, the GPS definitely took me to Benton, so I was just more confused about that. So yeah, anyway, I don't want to be a negative Nancy here, but this is just one of those things where it's like it's gonna be a crap show, and I'm seriously just wondering because I don't know. Here's my situation is I use DoorDash as just a way of two things. One, pay some of my bills. Number two, save for holidays, trips, wherever that might be, wherever I want to go. Okay? And last year I made about, I think it was around 14,000 doing DoorDash in, January through December. I took off some time during that year as well, but I expect to make that much this year as, too. So, but if they are going to hamper me from taking orders, especially someone that is out here trying, you can tell by my customer ratings are 4.99. My customer, there's another setting, I can't remember what it's called, but I'm at a 100% on whatever that is. Man, they had some crazy storm come through here or something. There's limbs and debris all over the place. All right, I'm gonna go deliver this food and we'll be right back. Alright, so that was our first drop off. It said 20 minutes. We did $6.25. That was $3.25 base pay with a $3 tip. So, continue dashing. So, almost all week long, I've averaged $20 an hour. Friday, if I did 6 hours, I made $132. So that was more like $24 an hour on Friday. So it's gonna be tough if it says average wait time 3 to 12 minutes. So we're gonna drive back down here to the interstate where Applebee's used to be. Drive down towards Benton and then probably just stay on the freeway. It is a Monday, so some restaurants are closed. Not many, but some sit-down places are closed on Monday. But anyway, so yeah, this is what we do. We drive around, we look for orders, we randomly talk about stuff, we ramble about things, mainly about DoorDash and accepting and declining orders, different things that come up, this whole new system that they have as far as how the orders are working and stuff like that. So anyway, all right, well, I'm gonna hit pause. I've got some food here that I'm trying to eat for dinner, and we'll catch you on the other side when we get our next order. See you in a minute. All right, so we've been driving around for about 15 minutes now and just got our second order at 5:43, and it seems like it was about $7 for maybe 6 miles or something like that. I don't know exactly, but we're headed off to a Whole Hog Cafe, picking up some barbecue, and then we're gonna get to delivering it, and we'll it's just right up here around the corner, so I will jump back on here as soon as we pick it up and we get it all packed away, and figure out how far we got to go. So see you in a sec. All right, guys, we have barbecue loaded. I've already been conversing with the customer and sending some memes back and forth, or not. He hasn't sent me any memes, but I've sent him some, and they're laughing up a storm. He says he had to walk around his house to show all of his roommates the first message I sent with the meme of I put it on Facebook before and maybe on the post in YouTube, but basically it has a picture of Jim from The Office looking through the blinds into the conference room, and it just says me waiting on the restaurant for your food or something like that. But anyway, he thought that was funny. He asked me to he said, if you don't mind, ask him for a whole rack of ribs and you can have half of them. I said, you'll never know about this rack of ribs. And then I went and found a picture on the internet of a person eating ribs and sent it to him. So we got 3 miles for 8 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get this food delivered, and I'll be right back after the drop off to let you know what all happened. So we'll be right back. All right, so that one was $7 with a $3 base with a $4 tip, and then they added an extra $5 on there at the end. So that was nice of them for that. So I'm at $18.25 after an hour, so that wasn't too bad. I'm gonna jump back in there. I hate the DoorDash app right now. They just screwed it all up. You can't get back to where you want to go. So that was very nice of them to give an extra $5. So much appreciated. All right. Okay, so it says average wait time. That's what I don't like, is this new system they have. I like it, and I was going to like it when I had platinum all the time, right? I met all the criteria to have platinum and made sure that I stayed above it. Well, with this glitch, I can't stay above it. I have no idea. I'm just interested to see if I go back to my ratings and look. My acceptance rating is up to 80%, and that's 27 out of 30 points. Completion is at 100%. Quality is at 100%. Customer rating, I have 4.99. So I have 99 5 stars and 1 4 star for a 4.99. So that's a total 10 out of 10 total points. Quality was 15 out of 15. Completion 15 out of 15, and acceptance is 20 out of 30. So that gives me a total of 70, up to 70 total points. So, but this on time, I am down to 3 points. And guess what? 1 out of 2 today. It says my whole hog order was late. And yes, it was. Because I sat in there and waited for the freaking order. So my delivery was early by 1 minute, but late by 7 minutes in picking it up, because guess what? I don't have any control on the time that the restaurant allows me to pick the food up. Oh, it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating. So it says pick up at Whole Hog. It was supposed to be at 5:55 or 5:48. I picked it up at 5:55. Delivered 6:07, but I delivered it by 6:06. And I can hit dispute and say that long wait time at the store, which is true. Boom. It says your dispute wasn't accepted. Unfortunately, this order is not eligible to be excluded. You can try again when you complete more orders. And I'm like, I don't know how, but I'm at 69%, so it's fixing to, you know, I can't imagine that over the next week that I will drop out of the low into the very low, which means 0 points out of the 30, right? So when I started this, I was, at one point I had 91% completion rate, not completion, but delivery. But whenever they turned this new system on, it quickly has now dropped to 69%. So I can't do anything about it. I mean, I got there early. I accepted the order. I arrived at the restaurant plenty of time. I sat there and waited and waited and waited, and then I came back out, and guess what? I'm late. I delivered it early, but I'm late. So somehow DoorDash has got to fix this crap. Don't know if they will, but it definitely does not bode well. And it makes me think that I was like, how am I gonna make any money? Because I'm not gonna get bonus $5 tips on every other order to put me up there close. I mean, if I'm making $10 an hour and work 6 hours, I'm only making 60 bucks a night, and I really, like, that is not gonna cut it. After paying for gas and other things, that is not gonna cut it. So somehow, some way, I'm either gonna quit door dashing and find something else that I can do to make, you know, 100 bucks a night. Maybe we have to switch over to some of their delivery servers. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna drive around. It says 5 to 15 minute wait. So this is another aspect of this, is that I don't get priority orders. Nothing. No time boost, no nothing with the silver. So anyway, so I could be waiting 5 minutes, I could wait 15 minutes before I get an order. It could be even longer. So I'm gonna be driving around looking for orders, and we'll catch you when we get one. Alright guys, we've been driving around for like another 15 minutes with no delivery, no orders, no offers. Nothing. It is very discouraging. I have had this in the past. I can say that. So I don't know if it's just coincidence. It's a slow night. There are slow nights, some nights, but it definitely says the average wait time is 7 to 17 minutes. So I just don't know. I am going to go out on a limb and say it's definitely because of the silver status that I have. And it makes me just question, why am I doing this? Why am I out here riding around waiting for orders when I'm not getting any? Should I have only ever used DoorDash as a delivery I don't know what you want to call it, but I've only ever done DoorDash. I've never used Grubhub. I've never done Uber Eats. None of that. So I'm very tempted to jump ship until they get this crap straightened out. I was very content with doing $100 a night, and just like last week, I did $100 a night in 5 hours. 132 in 6 hours, no problems whatsoever. But today I'm going on an hour and a half, and I got $18.25, and that's because one person gave me a $5 tip. Otherwise it would be $13.25. So yeah, I don't know. It's discouraging right now. It's just like going out here and not getting anything whatsoever. So I don't know. I just don't know. It's very frustrating for me, knowing that, hey, I've been going right along all this time, and not any problems. But as soon as they implement this new thing, and they shut the software, they didn't shut the software down. They were supposed to implement it back in August, but they stopped it and says, hey, we hit a roadblock, we'll let you know. And then all of a sudden, about the I don't know, somewhere around the 5th or something, they sent an email and said, hey, it's live, and that you got till the 12th. And sure enough, I had platinum through the 12th, and then the platinum was gone because of the rating system. That, to me, according to their documentation, their calculation is flawed. It's doing it incorrectly. The software is broken. I mean, there's no way that I had 90% in the on-time area, and then once they flip the switch on this, that it drops to 60, whatever it is, 69 right now. Alright, so I just got an order. Moe's Southwest Grill, $8.50 for 4.4 miles. So we're going to accept that. It says because of my silver status, I have that order. So we're gonna go to Moe's. It's around the corner over the freeway, and we'll be right back.
In 100 feet, turn right.
All right, we have a 2 minute grace period on this particular delivery. We might have picked this one up on time. They had it ready but didn't have it bagged up, and were waiting on other people when I got in there. But I think I clicked the picture and hit confirm pickup right at 6:33, which was the time. Now this says 3 miles and pick up 3 miles 7 minutes. Drop, I should be there at 6:42, and I think the drop off was drop off by 6:44, so I got 2 extra minutes. And I got to go through a bunch of frickin' roundabouts. So we got about 7 minutes before we get there. One thing I want to say before we go any farther is we are sponsored tonight by Clif Bars. So I've already eaten it. So in the comments down below, or in the description as well, there's a link to my Linktree. Linktree has a bunch of stuff in there. I kind of put everything in there where I get affiliate links. But about the 3rd tab down is the Rambling Dasher Amazon store. So if you go there, you'll see all the stuff that I use for dashing. Things like the microphone we use, except I put in the newest version, not this one that's like 4 or 5 years old. I put in Clif Bars. I put in I have a granola bar here that's what is the brand on it? I don't know what this brand is. It's like Fresh. But these granola bars here, I'm gonna tell you, are so very good. And they're like $1.50 for a 6-pack. So you can't buy that at a convenience store. What else do we have? Oh, the charger that I have for my cell phone, and it's the wireless kind, so you just set your phone in there and it clamps down your phone. So all I have to do is push a button and it releases it, and I take it out. Used to, before I got this charger, I could I had to put my phone in there, squeeze it in, plug it in at the bottom, and then I was good to go. And whenever I'd leave, I'd pop it out and forget that it's still plugged in and yank all the cords out. So yeah, but this is really nice in that regard. And I've been using this for, oh, I don't know, it's been a good long while since I've been using this as my wireless charger. It's the kind that clamps down on the vent, so I haven't had any problems with that. I wasn't really wanting to use that kind to start with, but it has worked out really well. I know some kind of vents they don't work on because they have stuff in the vent, so but this one works really well. I don't know what else I got, like a rain jacket in there. I got different stuff that I eat while I'm, like, sometimes I'll mix a bunch of different kind of nuts together and put them in a little cup and just eat them while I'm driving. That kind of stuff. So those kind of things are in there. There's some cords for plugging things in. There's, oh, I got a dashing in the dark light. So I just bought that the other day. Because my old night light went out, but I do have a new light. It comes here. That's it right there. So in here is a bunch of LED lights, and there's 2 different colors, like a kind of a yellowish and a white, and it comes with a 2 places to plug in back here on the back, so you can plug it sideways like up on your phone that way, or you can do it up and down. So, but I don't clamp it to the top of my phone. I clamp it over here on the side. There's a little place in my car that I can clamp it right in between the two seats, and it works out well for me and what we need it for. So that'll come into play a little bit later because it's 6:40 and cloudy out, so not quite dark enough to use yet. Okay, we got about 2 more minutes to get to this place. So, but yeah, I don't know, just check that out. So here's the beautiful thing about it is, one, it's a way to support me without having to cost anything, right? So if you're gonna buy stuff from Amazon anyway, then click the link and buy whatever you want to buy. It doesn't have to be stuff on my list. You can buy your shopping list on Amazon, and we get a quote-unquote commission. Because I've had people buy other things than what's on the list, and we got commission for it. So it's much appreciated if you have an opportunity. Check that out. So anyway, this section of the Rambling Dasher brought to you by Clif Bar. White chocolate macadamia nut. I get them on subscription, and they come in a 15 pack for roughly $15 or something cents. I don't know exactly. So they're a little bit over $1 a piece. They're meant to be kind of a meal replacement, but 240, 250 calories. It's hard to do a meal replacement with that. So I do apples and blueberries and cheese. I don't know what else I had in there tonight. Carrots, turkey, pepperoni, maybe a couple other things. Oh, I had some tomatoes in there. So yeah. All right, we are at these people's house. We'll be right back. So just hang tight and see where we end up. All right, so that was $8.50 with a $2.50 base with a $6 tip. So that was nice. Nicer than the first two, except for that second one gave me a bonus $5, so that was nice. But still, that puts us at 1 hour 36 minutes, and at a total of $26.75. So we're looking at $26.25 for over 1.5 hours. So we need a good $14 order right here to put us up to $40 to get to the $20 an hour range. So I haven't seen anything like that. I know the other night when I was platinum on Friday night, I had 2 $20 orders. Had seems like some $14 order. Nothing as low. Well, granted, I haven't had anything all that low tonight. This $6.75 has been the lowest. The $7 and something order gave me an extra $5 tip, and then this $8.50 order. So not all that bad. It's just the fact that there's nothing coming in between them. So I mean, on Friday, even on Friday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday last week, it was boom, 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 boom. I was getting orders left and right. Now granted, they were all being late, or half of them were, so I don't know. Let's see if I can get over there and tell, go to the home screen, go to the menu, go to the ratings, scroll down to the on time. So I'm still at 69%, so seemingly that order was on time. So Moe's on time, and it says it was exactly on time, 6:33 to 6:33, and only 1 minute early on the delivery portion of it. So yeah, that's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Wow, this is so just absolutely frustrating. So, oh well. Absolutely frustrating. It's like, you know, I don't know if I know there's no such thing as like loyalty in the gig economy, or hardly any economy anymore, any workspace. It's hard to be loyal because you can, it's hard for me to see any companies nowadays that might be loyal to their employees. They expect their employee to be loyal to them, but they don't necessarily expect to be loyal to their employees. They don't look at saying, hey, let's offer them a raise even though they didn't ask for one. Let's make sure they're staying together with the cost of living, with inflation, you know, things like that. And no, they don't do that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I've been, you know, I'm glad that I got to work for the company that I'm working for, but it's been a pretty hard, tough road to hoe. Knowing that the fact for the last 5 years I hadn't got a single raise, right? So I go out there and find other ways to make money. I did used to have a contract with another company, but that was with a software that is defunct now. And I used to find jobs working on that particular software, but that software is gone. At least it's supposed to be gone December 31st of this coming year. So I haven't found any other contracts. I haven't really been looking for any in the last couple of years, or even more. And I was fairly content, and I don't really have time to work this one full-time job and another contract job. So I just go out in the evenings and do DoorDash because it's fairly simple, gets me away from the computer. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's a lot of work. If I found a way to not do DoorDash or do something else that I enjoyed more, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy doing DoorDash. I don't enjoy the stress of them changing things up and make it harder for me to make the amount of money, which I'm not trying to make $1,000 a week or anything. Just would like to make some extra spending money to save for vacations, but they're making it impossible for me to do that. I'm sitting here at almost 2 hours at $26. That's, to me, not acceptable. I've been there before, even being platinum, so it could just be coincidence, but the fact that I'm silver now and I'm not getting any orders. So yeah, yep. All right, I'm gonna keep driving around and see what we can get. I'm gonna hit this pause button and yeah, hang around and see where we end up.
This company offers.
Hey guys, we just accepted a little $10 order. I think it has an 11-mile delivery for Wingstop. So we're gonna pick it up. We're gonna go deliver it. So we'll see. We'll be back shortly. All right, guys, we have loaded up our wings, and we have 12 miles to go. Wow, that's a long delivery. It definitely did not say 12 miles for our $10 order. So we got 12 miles to go, at least from where we are. It may shorten up and depending on the direction we have to go. But 15 minutes, that tells me it's mostly freeway. So, and I am going to go a different way than it's telling me because I think we ought to be able to get there quicker. Maybe, maybe not. I think people should turn their headlights on when it gets dark. So this will be our last delivery. So we have 4 deliveries prior to switching it over to dashing in the dark. So we typically do this every day that we do a long dash, as we split it into 2 YouTube episodes. So the first episode is just a rambling dasher with whatever, and the second episode is the same thing except we're dashing in the dark. So yeah, when it gets dark, we turn a little light on and we split the episodes up because they get to be long if I didn't. Plus it's just that much more content, right? So we're up to, I think I have in the system, I was working on episode 110, maybe one, I don't know, somewhere in there. I was working on it today or yesterday, but this one is probably going to be somewhere, is it? I don't remember. Anyway, somewhere around 110, maybe 11 or 12, that I just got off from Friday night. And the episode that is just went live a few minutes ago, which I know this won't come out till later this week, tonight. Yeah, I'm actually watching it right now on my phone because, so the idea is that at least if I watch it all the way through episode 108. So episode 108 was from Wednesday night. Episode 109 and 110 would have been Friday night, and then this is going to be episode 111 and episode 112. So yeah, we are flying through the episodes. It's kind of crazy that we've already made that many episodes. So anyway, it is kind of a interesting thing that we have this many episodes, and we've been doing it since maybe late March, early April. So yeah, it is kind of crazy. Alright, so we still have 9 miles, 12 minutes, and I gotta get onto the freeway, and it looks like we're going somewhere down to the Haskell exit. It looks like maybe, yeah, Haskell. So alright, I'm gonna hit the pause button. You guys stick around to see where we end up here, and we'll catch you in a second. Alright guys, we just got that drop off. 2 hours and 23 minutes. We have 4 out of 4 offers accepted. That was a $4.50 base with a $5.50 tip. $10. We're at $36.75 after almost 2.5 hours. So I mean, I've had bad nights before. I'm just frustrated because we had such a good week. Monday night, Wednesday night, Thursday or Friday night last week. So, but this week, Monday, opening up the app and showing me to be silver status. It's a little disappointing. I'm frustrated over that. I tell you what, I know what time it is, and we're going to look at driving out of here. It's going to be 5 to 10 minutes before I get back to any place where we can get an order. So I'm going to go over to the ratings and kind of see where we're at. I just read off the amount and our ratings. So let's see what we have done today. Ratings. So Our overall is still at 71. Our acceptance rate has gone up to 82, which is crazy that oh crap, this is a cul-de-sac, so I guess I'm just gonna come in here and make a U-turn. So our acceptance is at 82%, which gives us 28 out of 30, so that has gone up. Our completion rate is at 100. Our quality is at 100%, so both the completion is 15 out of 15 total points, quality 15 out of 15, customer rating 4.99, which is 10 out of 10, lifetime at 33,069. But our on time has dropped again. We're at 68 now because we were just late for Wingstop, and it says late by 7 minutes picking it up, but early by 1 minute delivering. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and try to dispute it. I don't suspect long wait time at store. Submit. Your dispute wasn't accepted. So to me, it's total BS. I have no control over the store taking extra long times to get their food ready. How should that ever count against the driver? It is very frustrating. DoorDash, fix your stuff. I shouldn't have to call in for you guys to fix this. So that's kind of where we are. I am, so I've gone about as far low as I can go with my overall ratings. I am at 3 out of 30 on my on time, and I am still at 71% because I am at 28 out of 30, and then 15 out of 15, 15 out of 15, 10 out of 10 on the other 4 metrics. But 3, this is my question. How can someone be 10 out of 10, 15 out of 15, 15 out of 15, 28 out of 30 and be so good at what I'm doing on all these other metrics, but then this metric I am at 3 out of 30? How? So as you can see, it's getting dark. I'm gonna have to get the light out, and we'll do that. We'll come back with an episode of Dashing in the Dark. So like I said, we are at, I've already forgotten, we are at $36.75 by 7:35 at night, and we're driving back into town. Thank you for sticking around. It's much appreciated that you guys would do that for us. Be sure to check out our links down below for the affiliate links. Every little bit helps us, maybe to buy another tank of gas or something like that. So that would be greatly appreciated as well. And yeah, so we will catch you hopefully tomorrow when you tune in to see how good we did for the rest of the night with this new rating system. So thank you again. Y'all be safe out there. Tell everybody you love that you love them. Don't let them go to bed without them knowing. So have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye.